A few weeks ago, Colourpop came out with one of the cutest collections that I've seen recently. They collabed with Shrek. And I don't know what it was about this particular collection, whether it's the combination of the theming, the products, the tones. This one just sort of drew me in, and even though I intended for this video to be up a little bit earlier, I'm still really excited about it, so let's go ahead and get into it. This collection includes an eyeshadow palette, 4 lip glosses, 2 cream blushes, a lip treatment, an eyeliner, a mascara, and a glitter. Starting off with the piece I think everyone is going to be the most excited for, we have the eyeshadow palette and you get 15 pans. The color story is honestly spot on, it's perfect, and these tones are so perfect for fall. Something that I always really like to see in a palette of this size is that you get a good range of tones from light to deep mattes, which generally I do think that we do. The only thing I would probably change is that I would have loved to see a really rich brown matte in here as well. The shimmers have really continued to improve in my opinion. You get an iridescent in here. You also get at least one really pretty duochrome. That's the second shade that you see swatched on my hand. I do think that one of the gold shades that you're going to see swatched in the second batch is a pressed glitter, but I wouldn't be able to say with certainty because it could just be a more chunkier shimmer. Okay, and then for my first look, I really wanted to start off with this grungy green olive matte called My Swamp, and I went ahead and put it all over the inner portion of the lid. Normally I do use some type of eyeshadow primer, although I did not use one today. I feel like these mattes are just building so well. I'm then putting it on the lower lash line, and then I'm going in with that more gray toned matte called That'll Do Donkey, and I'm just deepening up the outer corner. I feel like the tones of those two mattes just go really well together. Still would have loved to see one more deep matte, and then I'm going in with the duochrome shade. This is called Sir Night, and I'm going ahead and putting it all over the lid. This is definitely my favorite shimmer in the palette. Well, it's maybe a tie between this and the iridescent. Then I'm taking the iridescent called Layers. I'm putting it on the inner corner, and just to get a little more impact, putting it on with my finger onto the brow bone. After putting on mascara and eyeliner, this is my first finished look. I think you can probably see what I mean. The shimmers in this palette just kind of glow, especially when you have a few of those topper-like shades like that duochrome. For my second look, I'm going in with the maroon matte called Guarded Castle, and I'm just creating a soft halo, putting it on the inner and outer portion of the lid, and then putting it along the same portions of the lower lash line. I love a matte of this tone because although it's a little bit reddish, it has some brown in it, goes really great with the other mattes in the palette. I put Shrek Happens on the inner portion of the lid and on the corresponding center portion of the lower lash line as well. I probably didn't need to do that since I'm covering those areas up with shimmer, but some of the shimmers are a bit more sheer. Then I'm going in with the shimmer I'm Making Waffles, which is a really beautiful gold tone shade, and adding it to the middle portion of the lower lash line with a very small detail brush. I had absolutely no issues in working with the mattes or the shimmers in this palette. I feel like it's definitely performing even better than some of the other Colourpop palettes I've tried in the past. Here is my second completed look, and I added mascara and eyeliner as well. I know everyone was super excited for the palette, but I think I may have even been more excited for the glosses than I was for the palette. The packaging on each of these is just so cute, and the tones of the glosses are so perfect. This is the shade Noble Steed. This gloss is basically like a light brown gloss that has just a hint of rosiness to it. I also really like just how high shine the glosses from Colourpop are. This particular shade does remind me a little bit of Praline from NYX, which I tried on my last video. I think the NYX glosses are really nice, but these ones just have a little bit of extra shine that I tend to prefer. Okay, the next gloss shade we have is called Short Lord, and this is like a deep, dusty rose shade. Truly, I can't tell you how much I love and appreciate it when the shades that are picked for a collection are ones that are going to flatter a wide range of skin tones. This is an absolutely beautiful gloss shade. I think I may even like it better than the one I just tried on, and I love brown gloss, don't get me wrong. But this tone of pink is absolutely perfect. Especially since this collection didn't come with lip liners, it's really nice that these glosses look nice all by themselves and not necessarily as a lip combo. I also just want to say that these gloss containers just kind of feel a little bit elevated. They feel heavy, they feel nice, just as an added little bonus. Okay, and you get 2 sparkly glosses in this collection, and y'all know how much I love a sparkly gloss. The first one we have is a lighter pink shade called Ogress. I say lighter, but what I mean is lighter than Short Lord. You still get a decent amount of depth with this shade, and the shimmer in it, I would say, is pretty subtle. It just gives it a little bit of extra dimension when you see it on the lips, and it's very comfortable. I definitely wish I've tried more glosses from Colourpop up to this point. I just feel like this formula is underrated. But I have heard a number of people talk about the Ultra Glossy lip formula before. This is a really pretty shade. On me, it looks like a perfect nude. Okay, now we have my favorite product in the whole collection. It's the green gloss, and if you saw my green gloss video not too long ago, you know that I talked about this and included it in that video. This is basically like an iridescent green sparkly gloss, and I feel like this is a little bit out of the comfort zone when it comes to Colourpop glosses. I love to see it. I feel like a lot of people were hoping for even more green products in this collection, so I'll take whatever I can get. Like, this gloss is really sparkly, really fun, and it could be the beginning of Colourpop doing more exciting lip gloss shades in the future. The next product I'm going to try on are the 2 cream blushes. These cream blushes, again, I think the shades are very well done. You don't have anything in this collection that's super deep, and these are definitely very pigmented. This is the lighter of the 2. It's called True Lover's Form, and look how beautiful it taps in just with my finger. This is another formula I'm really excited to have in my collection. I haven't really tried too many of the cream blushes from Colourpop before. And this shade is just like a very easy, effortless day-to-day shade for me. I also like that it's more on the muted side. It's not too bright. I tend not to gravitate to really bright toned pink blushes. Now this shade of blush is my absolute favorite. I did a whole video on brown blushes. I love a brown toned blush so much, and something about this tone in particular just really hits right. It has just a hint of rosiness to it, but not so much so that it looks pink. Just like with the first blush, it blends in beautifully with your finger. It's buildable and easily blendable. The only thing I can't speak to at this point is the longevity. So if you can speak to that in the comments, definitely let us know. And if I've had a chance to do a wear test, I will definitely put that as a pinned comment as well. I feel like if you have a medium deep complexion, you are going to love this shade. And just for the sake of comparison, I wanted to do side-by-side swatches of the 2 shades in case you're trying to decide between them. In addition to all of the products that I tried on, there are a few other products in this collection as well. This is a lip oil that's basically just clear. I feel like you would get it for the packaging because it is cute, but it's basically just like a clear lip oil. There's also an eye kit, and in it you get this really pretty colored mascara. I really like this shade. I feel like it goes well with the collection. I'm not very familiar with the Colourpop mascara formula though. The second piece you get in this set is a multi-chrome liner. I think this is a really pretty shade. It shifts from red to green. I actually did put it in the waterline in both of my looks. The only thing is I don't really like this packaging. It feels a little bit flimsy, but honestly the product itself is really nice and it applies so smoothly. And then the last piece you get in this collection is a glitter gel. This is called the Ogres Are Like Onions glitter gel. Honestly, this type of product really isn't for me. I do think the glitter itself is pretty, but if you enjoy Colourpop glitters, I think that this is a pretty shade. I've even seen some people putting this in their hair, and to me that just scares me a little bit because, I don't know, can you even imagine trying to get it all out of your hair? I know we covered a lot of ground in a short period of time, but I honestly enjoyed using this collection even more than I thought I would. My own personal favorite pieces are that green gloss. I like the palette. I really like that brown blush, and I love the multi-chrome eyeliner. If I could have added one thing or changed one thing, I would have added a green highlighter for sure. I definitely think it was a missed opportunity, but I don't know, what would you have liked to see added to this collection? As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.